From the Cronkite studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
The latest on the Las Vegas mass shooting, new details on the investigation, and we're hearing from Arizona victims.
Plus, concerns over security at big events as the Diamondbacks get ready to host the Rockies in a wild-card playoff tomorrow.
And know your rights, advice on what to do if you're caught up in a protest, like the violence that broke out after President Donald Trump's rally here in Phoenix.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Maya Petros.
And I'm Ryan Curry. Thank you for joining us. We are continuing to learn more about the shooting in Las Vegas that killed 59 people and injured more than 500 others Sunday night. At a press conference today, Clark County Sheriff Joseph Lombardo announced that all but 3 of the victims have been identified. Lombardo also said that the shooter's girlfriend is now a person of interest in the investigation, and that ATF is looking into modifications made to the guns used in the massacre. FBI investigators have begun picking through the concert site for clues as information about the shooter is revealed. Officers found 23 firearms in the hotel room, 19 more, as well as explosives at the shooter's home in Mesquite, Nevada. Another 7 guns and a plethora of ammo at another home in Reno. The incident has reopened conversations about gun control and mental health for both politicians and the public.
We cannot let the actions of a single person define us as a country. It's not who we are. Instead, what truly defines us are the acts of heroism we witness after the tragedy.
A recent graduate from the University of Arizona is one of the latest confirmed deaths from the shooting. Cronkite News reporter Tyler Paley is in Las Vegas tracking the latest and talking to other Arizonans who were also there.
U of A alum Cristiana Duarte was one of those killed Sunday night here in Las Vegas. Dozens of Arizonans were right here in Las Vegas at that concert, and nearly 48 hours later, they're reflecting back on their horrific experiences. This was the scene on Sunday night at the Route 91 Harvest Festival as a gunman opened fire on the crowd.
The first shots probably must have landed, it seemed, about 15, 20 feet behind where we were standing.
Now 2 days after the shooting, Arizonans who experienced the chaos say they've had time to digest it all, but it's still so surreal.
It's a normal day, I guess. I don't know. I still don't know. I couldn't sleep. A lot of my friends can't sleep right now. You saw a lot of things. You got blood on your hands. Now I'm just trying to keep in touch with people and contact them.
Uhart was one of the lucky ones. The news of Cristiana Duarte's death broke earlier today, and the wife of a Salt River police officer is reportedly on life support in a Las Vegas hospital. But for Uhart, stopping to help was instinctual. He just wishes he could have done more.
It was fight or fight, I guess, and I have no idea. It was just instantly, I was gonna go stop him. I wasn't gonna run, I just wanted to help or anything that I could. I couldn't really do much.
But moving forward, Crocker won't think twice before attending another similar event. In fact, he's already decided he'll be back here next year because he refuses to let terror win.
Thousands of people I saw shine through the darkest moment that I've ever experienced and showed what humanity is all about and show what it was in that particular instance to be, I think, the absolute best of our country.
President Trump and House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy are planning a trip here to Las Vegas tomorrow. But for now, live in Las Vegas tonight, Tyler Paley, Cronkite News.
Event security is now top of mind for many Arizona sports teams and fans, especially with the Diamondbacks hosting the National League wildcard game tomorrow at Chase Field. Cronkite sports reporter Kyle Wilcox spoke with law enforcement and team officials about how they plan to keep fans safe.
The Diamondbacks expect a sold-out crowd of more than 48,000 at Chase Field for Wednesday's wildcard game. And while security is on the minds of so many in light of Sunday's shooting in Las Vegas, D-backs center fielder A.J. Pollock said the efforts of D-backs staff and security officials allow him to focus on the one-game playoff.
We're out there playing a game. You know, we're doing our best. That's where our mind is. We got some great workers here at Chase Field. We got bomb squad dogs. They got all sorts of security. I'm sure they're going to do everything they can.
The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office encouraged fans to arrive early and be prepared for longer than usual wait times to enter the stadium for the Diamondbacks' first playoff game since 2011. In a statement, the Sheriff's Office said, quote, "We will be working in a coordinated effort to expand law enforcement operations in and around the stadium. It is our hope that your experience will be an enjoyable one. However, it is incumbent upon everyone attending the game to act as an extension of law enforcement operations by immediately reporting any suspicious activity to a law enforcement professional." Safety in sports venues across the valley goes beyond just Chase Field. Coyotes President and CEO Steve Patterson, a veteran sports executive who has worked across the NFL, NBA, and collegiate athletics, said safety protocols are a constant focus for all teams.
We work at trying to make sure our venues are safe all year round, not only in the NHL, but obviously NFL, NBA, all the other leagues as well. And that's why when you go to the buildings, a lot of times you got to go through a metal detector, things like that, to make sure we've got a safe environment.
The Diamondbacks say they plan to observe a moment of silence before Wednesday's game in memory of those lost in the tragedy in Las Vegas. In Phoenix, Kyle Wilcox, Cronkite News.
Depend on Cronkite News for continuing coverage on the impact of this tragedy. You can join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter and get our full multimedia coverage at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Vice President Mike Pence departed D.C. and arrived in Phoenix earlier today to talk about the administration's tax overhaul plan and attend an event. Air Force Two touched down around Sky Harbor at 2:30 this afternoon and was greeted by Governor Doug Ducey. This evening, Pence will go to a roundtable event with the governor, as well as local businesses and community leaders, to discuss the need for tax reform. He also will attend a political reception tonight before heading back to D.C. tomorrow morning. Blue Cross Shield, the only seller of Obamacare insurance policies in Arizona, announced today that they won't be raising premiums next year after all. The insurance provider will decrease rates about 1% instead of the 7.2% increase that was initially proposed in July. The change comes from the improved profitability of current plans based on the assumption that the government will continue to be funding the program.
Today, the House passed the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act, a bill sponsored by Arizona Congressman Trent Franks that would ban most abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy. Similar versions were approved in both 2013 and 2015, but the bill faces an uphill fight in the Senate, where supporters will need to get 60 votes to force the measure to the floor. President Donald Trump has promised to sign the bill if it reaches his desk.
Do you know your rights during a protest? Do you know what a legal observer is? Cronkite News reporter Steven Sidner went to a legal training in Phoenix to find out what your rights are during a protest.
I just heard boom, the flash bangs and the immediate cloud, and it was a very chaotic and dangerous scene.
Russell Fedorke was 70 yards from the police barriers in August. When violence broke out, Phoenix police say officers deployed pepper spray, flash bangs, and foam bullets dispersed the crowd after water bottles were thrown at them. Fedorke believes his rights were violated that night.
Even if it was water bottles, there was no reason for the cops to start shooting.
Practically, I've seen police bring out weapons when there's no sign of a threat at all.
Williams says that every case is different.
But as a general rule of thumb, I would be very cognizant of officers' behaviors, and I don't trust officers to be safe or to be nonviolent.
Williams says people can and should register as legal observers.
They're able to observe what the public is actually doing, if there actually were any threats to police officers, and they let police officers know that they're there, so that police officers don't feel like they can take liberties with what actually happened.
The ACLU said in a press release that they had more than 70 legal observers at the Trump rally. Phoenix Police Chief Jerry Williams says there is an internal review of the police department's actions. In Phoenix, Steven Sidner, Cronkite News.
There are a few different organizations who train legal observers. To find out more about how to become a legal observer, contact your local organization.
An educational fair over the weekend encouraged students to pursue higher education.
Coming up on Cronkite News, an opportunity for families to have some fair-like fun and talk about the value of college next.
Plus, why some students at a Valley College have construction sites as their classrooms.
When a story comes in the morning, we're out the door as fast as we can go.
But it's also great to spend more time in communities and produce projects.
From the borderlands to the cities, the reservations, and even the state capitol, we want to get to the heart of the matter.
When the lights come on in the studio, we know our hard work is about to pay off.
We love what we do here at Cronkite News.
We're proud to tell the stories of our state.
Now, more than ever, it's important to have a trusted news source, and that's Cronkite News.
Officially from 36, and he hooks it in! Arizona State wins! Keeping one deep, and it is caught! Jalen Strong! Do you believe it?
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. Join us each weekday at 5:30 and 10 as we bring you the top newsmakers who impact the state. We cover the stories in depth that shape and affect our local communities, and we take the time to ensure that all voices are equally heard. For more than 30 years, Arizona Horizon has been your voice and your source for what matters most, right here on Arizona PBS.
What are you doing?
Possibilities. Your day is filled with them.
Reach up, energy in the fingertips, collapse. TV, play Downton Abbey.
And PBS helps everyone discover theirs. Anytime, anywhere.
Up in the sky, you can see it.
PBS, we're with you for life.
The 6th annual Camino al Éxito Education Fair took place on Saturday. Reporter Bailey Moore takes us to the fair to see what the event did to help Latino families pursue higher education.
Mostly we're here because we care about her education.
From financial aid and scholarship workshops in both English and Spanish, to family fun and fair-like food, the Camino al Éxito Education Fair brought together several groups to inspire school-aged children to pursue higher education and help their families support their education path in a bilingual setting. Christy Silverstein, Vice President of Public Engagement for Expect More Arizona, told us, "Our mission is really just to ensure that every child receives an excellent education every step of the way. So that's why we do events like this, to try to make sure that those families get what they need to be successful." The Miranda family took advantage of all the event on Phoenix College's campus had to offer, and it inspired this advice.
Just encourage all the parents to educate their kids and spend time with them and just teach them the right thing to do.
Awesome. In Phoenix, Bailey Moore, Cronkite News.
Stunt Construction and Central Arizona College are partnering up to train students to become the next construction professionals. Marcia Opong takes us to the campus.
I've been wanting to do this since I've been in high school.
Patrick Lopez, a second-year student trainee at Central Arizona College, is paving his way on a career path.
One of my first jobs, I got introduced into welding, and I just thought that'd be really cool to be able to do that all day.
The Stunt and Central Arizona College partnership gives students hands-on training, as well as pre-employment certificates and degrees for the workforce.
They're going to have the ability to work directly with industry while they're going to school. We're closing that gap by bringing the industry into the college and having the industry lead the curriculum and tell us exactly what kind of training these guys need.
The program offers students with a selection of construction jobs they want to learn.
They're going to be learning industrial construction and concrete construction through that construction program, and then there's the heavy equipment program and the welding programs.
It has a positive impact on me because it's setting us up for a career and just a good lifestyle.
The partnership benefits Stunt as well. It's making the investment in students now so that it can hire them later. In Coolidge, Marcia Opong, Cronkite News.
The program offers one-year certificates as well as a 3-year academic apprenticeship program. And after Hurricane Maria pummeled through Puerto Rico, the island was left with a lot to rebuild.
Coming up on Cronkite News, how residents from the valley are helping Puerto Rico after the catastrophic storm.
And for headed for a bit of a warm-up, your weekend forecast is coming up.
Tickets are now available for the annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon, held Thursday, October 19 at the Sheraton Grand Phoenix. Join media industry and community leaders in honoring award-winning co-anchors and co-managing editors of the PBS NewsHour, Judy Woodruff and the late Gwen Ifill. To learn more or to purchase tickets, call 602-496-0482 or visit cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
Exploring, it's the lifeblood of the mission.
Human beings are a curious bunch.
What are we going to see when we get really close?
Just because an idea is crazy, it's not necessarily wrong.
We were on our way.
You don't get anywhere until you've tested the limits.
That carries an intensity you can't imagine.
You could hear people just, whoa.
Oh my God, absolutely spectacular.
It's a rush. We ask a lot of our heroes.
We are at a remarkable moment.
We're going farther than any exploration ever has.
President Trump arrived in Puerto Rico earlier today to survey the damage from Hurricane Maria. The storm ripped through the island last month and caused catastrophic damage. Trump met with responders and victims from the hurricane, as well as Governor Ricardo Rossello and the mayor of San Juan, who has criticized the federal effort from Washington to help Puerto Ricans.
Now, I hate to tell you, Puerto Rico, but you've thrown our budget a little out of whack, because we've spent a lot of money on Puerto Rico, and that's fine. We've saved a lot of lives.
The president is visiting neighborhoods and has told one resident that the governor and the mayor are doing a good job.
Meanwhile, people from the valley are leaving to help victims in Puerto Rico.
Our reporter Emily Bloom talked with some of them.
Yeah, Maya, the relief efforts there in Puerto Rico are just really struggling because of how severe the damage is. They're having a hard time even getting the supplies that they need to help them out across the island. While some areas do have power now, experts predict it will be months before the entire island is back up and running. Well, now some local Red Cross volunteers are gearing up to head out there.
13,000 Red Cross volunteers and workers have stepped forward in response to the 3 hurricanes that have rocked our nation in the last 2 months. And a few more are on their way.
Compassion without training is its own disaster.
Tom Batson works with volunteers for the Red Cross here in Arizona.
The more tools they have before they get there, the better they are at providing that service delivery that we want for our clients.
He is preparing 5 volunteers for deployment to Puerto Rico.
It feeds your soul when you're able to help out people.
And Derek Weber knows that firsthand.
It was an awesome existential experience for me.
He was motivated to help after his wife talked about donating to the Red Cross.
I was like, well, got a better idea.
2 days later, he was in Houston passing out pizzas.
Some people would cry and some people were thank you, and the kids couldn't believe it.
And he is ready to head out again.
Every volunteer goes through an online class, but those that are assigned a specialty task come here for some training that's a little bit more hands-on.
Volunteer Rhonda Pashka will be volunteering for her first time. She was moved when she saw a close friend impacted by Harvey.
Her house was basically submerged.
She is a bit nervous as she heads to Puerto Rico, not knowing what to expect. But with a little recruitment.
I have friends who originally are from Puerto Rico, and they're with me.
She's got some support already.
I feel like it's a new beginning for me.
While volunteering on location is a huge support for those affected by these natural disasters, what you can do here should not be underestimated.
These volunteers are headed to Puerto Rico sometime in the next few weeks, and Tom Batson, who we heard from in that story, predicts the Red Cross of Phoenix could have people there up to a year. For more information on how you can help out right here in Phoenix, head to redcross.org. Now let's take a look at our forecast back here at home in Phoenix. We are currently sitting at 95 degrees. We have been under clear blue skies all day, and that humidity at the moment is at 19%. That monsoon moisture is well gone at this point. Across the state at the moment, we have got 95 down in Tucson, 75 in Show Low, 71 for those of you up the Grand Canyon, and 91 in Lake Havasu. Taking a look at our forecast, we have got this area of low pressure that has been sitting to the north of Phoenix. That is what has kept our temperatures pretty cool these past couple of days. That is going to head to the east, and as that happens, it's really going to give way for this area of high pressure that has been sitting to our south to move into our state. As you can see there, it's even going to be bringing some moisture to the northeast corner of our state tomorrow around 4 p.m. Fast forward 24 hours, we're going to have a little bit of remaining showers and some cloud cover. As we head into the rest of the week, our temperatures really begin to climb. Friday, we jump up to 100 degrees. We're going to keep those overnight lows in the upper 60s. We have a warm weekend ahead, but by the beginning of next week, we fall back down into those low 90s. For Cronkite Weather, I'm Emily Bloom.
You could soon know how it feels to walk with the dinosaurs.
Coming up on Cronkite News tonight, a new exhibit that will take you back millions of years.
I'm Bill Moyers. I've been around a long time and I've seen it all. So I can say with a certain authority that public affairs reporting is more important now than ever. It's absolutely crucial for journalism education to continue our legacy of protecting American democracy. Objectivity, fairness, holding the powerful accountable, finding the truth as well as we can. These are the hallmarks of ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Students here are transforming the news industry and honoring the integrity of the school's namesake, the Cronkite School at ASU, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
The new weekly show where we tackle the taboo and debate the tough questions with some of the most interesting minds in the game. I'm Carlos Watson, electrifying conversation. Friday, only on PBS.
Dinosaurs might be a thing of the past, but you can get up close to the creatures starting this week. Cronkite News reporter Holly Bernstein went to the Phoenix Zoo to find out how they are bringing the reptiles to the 21st century.
3-year-old Anthony Contradas is like a kid in a candy store.
Bone! The bone from his mouth!
Except instead of a candy store, Anthony, along with other kids and families, is here traveling back in time to see the Dinosaurs in the Desert exhibit at the Phoenix Zoo, which officially opens to the public Friday. Anthony knows 3 kinds of dinosaurs.
T-Rex, Brontosaurus and Triceratops.
But there are many more here at the zoo. Kids and adults can come to the Phoenix Zoo to see 23 of these dinosaurs, 17 of which are animatronics. The exhibit is open until the end of April. According to Phoenix Zoo PR strategist Carrie Bauman, these lifelike ferocious beasts are made by a company called the Dinosaur Company out of Texas.
I know there's steel and foam, a little bit of magic.
As the visitors interact with the exhibit, they'll also learn.
You'll get a field guide that'll talk about the different animals, why it is we painted them the way they are. Some of them are painted like animals, such as the Chiricahua leopard frog, which is a species that we're helping to conserve here at the zoo.
Bauman says there is a special story for each dinosaur.
Kept it upright when they walked.
Out of the dinosaurs here, Anthony has one favorite.
T-Rex.
And he doesn't mind the noise. In Phoenix, Holly Bernstein, Cronkite News.
The exhibit runs through April 30th, and tickets cost $4 for members and $5 for non-members.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, a conservative response to those calling for more gun control in the wake of the Las Vegas tragedy, and concerns over a planned open pit mine in Yavapai County.
I'm Hari Srinivasan. On the next NewsHour, our America Addicted series continues.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.